to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
This is Umar Ahmed for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. First time, I believe, Alfie Gaskin's been on IFL TV. Is that correct?
Yeah, first time.
Well, listen, good to get you on. John Hedges has been singing your praises. Of course, he's your cousin, and you're looking to turn over. You're an amateur standout. So we'll start there. Just talk to me about your amateur career a little bit, Alfie.
I started boxing firstly when I was 8 years old. I started out with John at Bishop Stortford. Had numerous gym shows, and then we moved from there to Repton. So obviously Stortford at the time, I never had the amateur background and the sort of pedigree going forward. So we went to Repton, trained under some of what I call the most legendary, most experienced trainers. Like you've got Bobby Beck, Lenny Fletcher, Robert Beck, Danny Mitchell, you've got Lenny Fletcher, all them numerous coaches with Tony Burns in the gym, Dave Robinson's in the gym. So it's a big community, Repton, as you probably know, Umar.
Yeah.
Went there. I boxed in the Bristol Box Cup there. We went on an Irish tour like Repton versus Ireland. That was good. Boxed with some big names, always in good company. I done my schoolboys there. Then John left sort of a couple of months before me. Carried on done another season there. Just boxing a couple of tournaments, a couple of club shows, which was good. Then I left there, went to Hoddesdon. Hoddesdon brought me into the international side of boxing. So I went out to Sweden, I went to Denmark. I boxed, it was Hoddesdon versus France, Italy and Ukraine select back when I was about 15. So that was good experience. And then we went out to Denmark on a training camp just before lockdown, and that was an international training camp with like the Danish national team. So that was good experience coming through. And obviously now I'm training under the Tibbs banner, which is good. But overall, in my amateur career, I had a good amateur career. Because I boxed in all four corners of the country. I boxed in England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, which was good. I boxed internationally in multi-nation competitions, and it's a good experience, and that's why it's led me to where I am today.
Yeah, so obviously you've had some very good experience across Europe and international experience. How do you think that's going to stand you instead moving into the pro ranks in terms of confidence and sort of your mental state? How much is that going to help you?
I think it's going to impact it a lot, to be fair, because looking on all of like the young prospects and the people coming through, how many English fights do you have? You always got an international opponent, you know, which is good. You know the style, they bring a different style. It's good to be mixing with them people. And even now, just training, just ticking over, it's bringing a different side out of me. I just can't wait to get the ball rolling.
Alfie, I know you signed a management deal with Warren Boxing Management and Alfie Warren. So talk me through that decision. Why were those the right guys to manage you and guide you in your career?
Yeah, I believe Alfie, he's got a great stable. Like we've got Adam Mohammed, all good fighters, you know. He's just signed me. So hopefully I can bring something to that banner and be part of that successful management team.
Okay. And you mentioned there you're training with Mark Tibbs, obviously, alongside your cousin, John Hedges. So split this question into two. Sort of what advice has John Hedges given you so far? We know he's doing really well himself in the pro ranks. What has he said to you?
John said everything now, between the time of now and the time I box, just taking every experience. You got to sit there, even when I'm not training, he's training, you just watch, see the different side of it. Because as you know, amateur and pro are two completely different sports. Like you just got to watch the transition, the way you box. You got to have a lot of different attributes to what I did as an amateur, and I can't wait. And I think the pro style suits me because I can slow down, I can put the more force behind my shots, and I think I'm going to go a long way. And obviously, I've got Alfie Warren, so Warren Boxing Management. I've got Tibbs, training with all the good people. I'm training, like you said, John Hedges, Johnny Fisher, Tommy Fletcher, El Brook, Ebony Bridges, Who else we got? Chris Luteke. We got a massive stable. Finley James, so it's good. And to be around them people is an honour in itself. And obviously, I'm training with Sonny at the minute, just doing 1 day a week with Sonny at the minute, strength and conditioning. And he's turning me into an absolute beast, if I'm honest, Omar.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. I'm guessing it was a natural selection to go with Mark Tibbs. As I said, your cousin John trains with him. What's the one thing that stood out most about Mark and his dad, Jim, whilst you've been there?
It's just the connection they have with the fighters. It's like you're one of their family. It's like you've always been there. It's not awkward. Like you walk in and you feel home. Like it's one team, it's one family, and everyone's just striving for the best. And to be the best, you got to be around them. And I believe being around these fighters are going to impact me massively going forward.
Alfie, what weight do you think you'll turn over at roughly?
I'll turn over. I'll start campaigning at super middle and see where I go. Obviously, I've got to listen to my team. I've got to listen to Alfie Warren. I've got to listen to Mark. I've got to listen and hear their advice to where they think I'm best suited, because they're my team. They want the best for me.
Okay. Has there been any promotional offers so far that have come into Alfie Warren regarding yourself?
There's been one so far, but I just want to take it slow. And it's like anything. You want the best for yourself. So I'm just going to try and get on a couple of shows under Alfie and showcase my skills, and hopefully then I'll get a platform, and then that's when the money comes in. Yeah,
I'm sure there's been sponsorship talks as well, Alfie.
Yeah, I've got one sponsor I'd like to say a big thank you to Goschel Plant Hire. He's helped me massively over the last couple of months, like leading up to my turning over, and he supported me ever since I was young.
Listen, Alfie, it's good to get you on the channel. I'm sure you're going to be on IFL loads, and we're going to catch up, obviously, when you have your professional debut. Look forward to that. When can we expect that?
Well, I'm just waiting for my paperwork now, so hopefully I'll get me a meeting this side of Christmas, get out early next year, and get the ball rolling.
All right. Well, listen, Alfie, as I said, great to get you on the channel. And then, when you have news in your first fight, definitely let us know, and we'll catch up in person next time. All right.
Lovely. Thank you, Omar.
No problem.
Cheers,
Thank you.
I'm going to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.